So good morning YouTube, it is I, Danielle, better known as Danielle Happy Medium, and in this video we're going to look at remote viewing, what is remote viewing and how remote viewing can be used in your mediumship in order to add an extra tool to your spiritual toolbox in order to be able to give evidence of survival of the loved one in which that you have with you to the sitter that is sitting within the chair. So off the back of a viewer's question, and because people have been asking me what is remote viewing, I thought I'd do a video in order to give you a little bit more skill set or understanding of what it is. So for those who've seen me on Facebook demonstrating, or maybe in a rostrum or a church, or even my own private demonstration work, or for those who've been for me on a private sitting setting, I use remote viewing as an opportunity to be able to bring forward the story or evidence of the loved one that I have with me. So remote viewing is an opportunity for you to be able to see the life of the loved one through your mind, through their eyes. So i.e. they may take you into a particular house, you will be able to pick out certain elements of that house, you may be able to describe that house completely, you may be able to see all elements, you may only be allowed to see some elements. It depends on the communicator and what they want to show you when they're doing remote viewing and you seeing through their eyes or through their mind is how we would like to put it. Remote viewing can also be done in another way, which is where we do projected remote viewing, which is where we are actually outside looking in. So i.e. say for example you had a box, you would be able to see inside of the box but not actually be inside of the box. So ordinary, what I would call remote viewing is where you will see it as if you were walking around doing it. The other side of it is where you see objectively, which is outside of the house or outside of the mind of the communicator, in order to be able to still see things but more of an observer than an actual participant. So the first one would be participating as if you were the spirit. Second would be where you're observing as if you were just watching the loved one do what they would have done within the house. Remote viewing is used in all elements of mediumship. It can be used clairvoyantly. It predominantly is clairvoyancy, remote viewing, but it is one that is a really good skill set if you can use it. Not everybody does remote viewing, but when it's done really, really well, and it can make for a really good way of bringing additional evidence or a different aspect of evidence to your mediumship. Remote viewing is massively underused, I feel. It isn't used as much as I'd like to see it. I don't see as many mediums doing it as I would like to see. And I know that it can be used and used very, very efficiently there. Remote viewing gives you an opportunity to, as a medium, to be able to observe what went on within the room before a loved one particularly passed, and also maybe what was spoken about or talked about within them final few moments there. Also it could be that you went to a particular workplace and you can pick out the machinery and the street names and all these types of things. Remote viewing can also be used on a more psychic ability, which is where we can look through where somebody has been passed in a sort of a murder particular, where I know that this is used quite a bit within the American states, where they will ask mediums to come in to have a look around and be able to tell them what went on prior to that person passing without actually anybody being there. It is used for lots of different things. It's a really, really interesting and very unique style of mediumship, and if it's done lovely, it is done really, really beautifully there. Remote viewing for yourself will be an experience as a clientele to be able to go back on them journeys with your loved ones and be able to live their memories that you used to live with them when they were here to the earth plane. I will always ask to make sure that there's evidence in there when you're doing remote viewing. So if you're picking up a house, pick up the style of 3-piece, pick up the particular pictures on the wall, whatever it may be. But always remember the evidence should be relevant to the clientele there. So in essence, what is remote viewing? Remote viewing is an opportunity for you as the medium to be able to live the life of the communicator you have with you through your own mind or through your own eyes as if you were them. For the sitter, it is an opportunity for you to be able to bring back lovely memories as if you were walking or talking with mum or dad there, and it will do and bring great, great peace of mind. So thanks very much to those who brought this question forward, and for those mediums out there who are using this ability but don't know what it is or why it's happening. This video should be able to give you a little bit more explanation into remote viewing and what and how and if it can be used in your mediumship. I have been Danielle, better known as Danielle, a Happy Medium, and I'll be seeing all of you lot very, very soon.